Hi, Vandana.
Hi, Sai. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good too.
Firstly, thank you very much for accepting my invitation and accepting to be on my show.
Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad to be here.
So I've gone through your profile. You are into so many roles, and you took so many responsibilities in your life. So I thought to tell about you and the work that you are doing, and you did to my audience.
Sure.
So before that, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I am Vandana, and uh, I live in Bangalore because I don't want to say that the things that you were saying. So I stay in Bangalore, India. Um, Mother of a child, 6-year-old, and taking care of work, house, and a lot of things around. That's a bit about myself.
So you are into technology from long time.
I'm in technology for over 17 years now.
So your present work is
So currently I'm working with a company named Snyk, which is a software security company, London based. They wanted to set up base in India. Now I'm their first employee. There are a few more coming soon in India. So that's what I do. But I also root for pro bono work where I work with some open source communities. Currently, I'm serving on the board of OWASP, which is Open Web Application Security Project, and lead few diversity initiatives.
so I can see you also own companies. You are also founder of two companies. I can see it.
Oh, those are just communities like Infosec Kids and Infosec
Yeah.
Diversity, just to bring more diversity into information security, educate people, parents about cybersecurity, the challenges that we are seeing these days, the issues that are creeping up for kids and for their parents, even educating teachers and professors so that they understand what cybersecurity is all about. And now, when cybersecurity has been considered as a proper subject, like there are degrees in cybersecurity, so it's better to let people know how exactly the practical experience looks like.
So you're giving knowledge.
Sharing knowledge.
Okay. So your present role is about security relations leader.
Right. Currently, I'm working with Snyk as security relations leader.
So what are the projects that you did in this?
So here, there are multiple responsibilities that I'm taking care of. First is that I am educating developers, sharing my knowledge around software security with the developers at any part of the world, but majorly in Asia Pacific and Japan region. Apart from that, I also work with the security and research team where there is any research that they are working on. So I'm going to be helping them, spreading the word out. Even yesterday itself, I released a bug. With them. So it's just that working with them, making sure the research that Snyk internally is doing is out. Also, I work with a lot of CISOs. So making sure that their journey is covered, their role or way towards ISO is covered. So I cover that as well. Another thing is that I also work with multiple other teams from around the world at Snyk so that we understand how software security can be enhanced. That's my role.
So so being in this position, what you learned?
I have learned a lot of things because earlier when I was in my previous roles, they were also different, unique. I've learned from them. But this one is making me more closer to developers and software security space, where how things are being developed, how things are being protected, how things are being neglected at the same time, how supply chain is being echoed, how supply chain security and risks are important, what are the vulnerability in supply chain ecosystem and what are the risks, why they are different, and how exactly it is to be like talking at any conference where I used to do it at my free time or in my vacation time while traveling. But now it's part of my job. So it's nice that I don't have to apply my leaves while I am doing all of that. And one fun fact is that I can connect with anyone in the whole world. So that's good. That's what I'm learning a lot.
So you educate developers how things work, how security system works. So what are the common questions that you listen?
Common questions are basically around false positives and false negatives, because there are a lot of times tiffs are created between security team and developers. We can't force upon security on anyone. Even we can't force upon ourselves, our parents. Think about it. I remember telling my parents to have a 4-digit password. It was very hard for them. Every time they'll type the wrong password. But then over the time, they realize that it is important. Patterns are easy to breach. I actually took my father's phone and removed the pattern in just few seconds. It is easy. So it is important when we are trying to educate, it has to be their understanding that yes, it is important rather than we forcing upon them. So I'm trying to make sure that I bridge that gap, I share that information, and we see more of security champions coming out of from those trainings, from those regions, from those specific areas.
You also worked in OWASP Foundation for 10 years, 3 months.
Actually, it's a community. So I joined as a volunteer, not even a volunteer. I just started going to the local meetups in Bangalore, where one of the leads told me about it. And then over the years, I became a volunteer. I became a chapter lead for Bangalore, then started taking responsibility for Women in AppSec initiative that they were trying to run. And in 2019, I got to be on the global board. So it was a big opportunity for me where everybody was saying that never ever an Indian have tried to be on the board or has ever been on the board. I said, let's try. What will happen? Either I'll be on the board or will not be on the board. But there were a few people who said, yes, you can do it. So I tried to be on the board, and when I filed my nomination, I won with the highest vote. So that was a big opportunity for me. And I became a treasurer in the first year. I decided to be a treasurer. Second year, I became a vice chair. And when I became a vice chair, the title was vice chairman. So just because I became a vice chair, they changed the title to from vice chairman to vice chair. And so it's a term of 2 years on the board. I refiled the nomination and again came on the board. And now this year, I'm serving as a chair. And I would say that this is a big opportunity for me, where I'm being called as a chair for OWASP, and first Indian, first Asian, first woman to be as a chair on OWASP board. And I feel proud of it. Like, I'm so privileged and honored that my friends supported me and I could do it.
So 10 years is a huge time. I'm sure you have seen and you have learned a lot.
Yes, because here you don't have any liability that you have to do it. You do it at your own will. So you feel nice when you're working with any such organization where you feel like giving back. And the best part is that I have received a lot. I have met so many amazing people, and I feel that I am who I am because of all of them. I could do things because I had mentors from the community. I had friends from the community. If there are any situations where I feel that no, it is not going right, I could get the guidance from them. Because people say that if everything is going right, no, there's never the case where everything is going right. There are always hiccups every now and then. It's just that if you have the right mentorship, if you have people around you who are positive, who are supportive of you, I think things will prevail, things will sail through.
So you started as a treasurer and now you became the chair. So how is this experience?
This experience has been serene because I never handled budgets. Like, handling a house budget is fine, but then handling a budget for a global community was totally different thing. Then other things were also there, board strategic decisions, being part of the different things that they wanted to bring. So I actually worked with CA to people who were taking care of finances to understand how finances work there. It was a big opportunity, and the pandemic hit. So making sure that the community survives at that time, that was a big challenge, but a lot of learning that yes, anything can come and we can survive that if we have a strong will. So that was a good opportunity. And then being a vice chair, connecting with a lot of people, making decisions if chair is not there on behalf of them, and creating your own space. I feel a lot of zigzag things, but a lot of learning, personally and professionally both.
Do you remember any particular thing that you cannot forget being in this role or taking
Communities.
any, in this community?
Um, I would say being in the community, there was one time where I was in London and I wanted to force training, a free training. OWASP has always had paid trainings. And when I asked, there were few people who were in for it. There were few people who were not so happy about it. But then they said, let's give it a try and see how it goes. And after 3 months, I was giving training in San Francisco, San Jose, to be safe. So that was amazing. And then after that, I had so many multiple trainings. So it's just that the first time is a bit harder, but then the things become a little easy for you when you know this is the way through.
Awesome. And tell me, you as a founder of Infosecgirls.
I would say I would not call it as a founder. Somebody asked me to keep it at us, but then I would say I'm a volunteer for Infosec Kids, wherein it's just that I feel, and there are so many other people feel, that we need to educate our kids, the kids around us, their parents, teachers, so that the things which are not so going right in the cyber world for them can become a little better, if not like the best, but at least a little better than what it is right now. There are so many cases of spams and scams and whatnot, phishing emails, so many things happening. But then if we educate them, at least some of it can be avoided, can be reduced. So that's what we are trying to do with InfoSec Kids.
So when it was started,
It
I
was
can see
started
you are
in.
into this 2 years, 3 months.
Right. So we started in January 2020. So I came for from one of the conferences and realized that yes, let's start this. So got the domain name, got everything done, and started doing it with few other people. And it's like, let's get started. And there are so many girls in Infosec Girls. We just pulled together and started this. Let's go ahead and conquer it. Let's go ahead and start sharing knowledge. And during the pandemic, we have given so many sessions to different schools to whatnot. That was amazing.
So main goal of InfoSec Kids is to give knowledge how cyber security works and how the negativity works in the internet.
Yes, and how you can avoid that negativity. Negativity is everywhere, I would say. It is just that how you perceive it, how you handle it, it's the most important part. And you need to be alert while you're on internet. Like, earlier, we never had these smartphones at home or smartphone at our at easiest, right? I got my first phone in my college days, or I would say when I was just passing out my college. And now our kids know how to operate the phone. So things have changed. They know how to post on social media. It took me a good time to understand Instagram. So I know that I can be active at certain places, but then you have to realize what you are up to. Good things come with a greater responsibility.
And you are also into advisory board security for next.
Right. I am on this advisory board of Security Phoenix, analysts, and a couple of more. Okay, I'll
So
tell you
what is
about
it
them.
about?
So they are different companies. Security Phoenix is about application security and posture management, how your security posture is around application security. When it comes to analysts, it's more around SOT platform, which is security operations, and like more around managing the whole ticketing system to same system, all of that, where you understand that. Now, when you manage that, uh, so what as an advisor role is to they share their vision, and then we share our perspective that these are the things which are trending in the market and how we can enhance our own ecosystem or what different we can do in our ecosystem. So as advisors, there are calls which happen every week or every 2 weeks so that we can connect and we can share our perspective.
And your co-organizer conference at besides Delhi. You're into this from 3 years, 3 months.
Right. So B-Sides is one conference which my friends started, and they asked me if I want to be part of the organizing team. First, they asked me to be a CFP reviewer, which is Call for Papers reviewer. I said yes, and then after a few days, they said we would like to have you as part of the team. So that was a great opportunity for me where they are running a big conference. And B-Sides is like a huge conference which happens all over the world. And it's just a one branch of it. So it was a great opportunity for me, and I couldn't say no for it. And currently we are running that. But last year we didn't run it because of the obvious reason that we were all remote and there's a lot of online fatigue that people has. So we did it in 2020, but we didn't do it in 2021. Probably we'll do it this year as well.
Great. And also, you worked as a director of secure coding practices at virtually testing a non-profit.
Right. So virtually testing is also a non-profit organization, a pro bono work where they train a lot of people. They have a curriculum where 8 weeks internship to 12-week internship in different areas. Could be cloud, could be network security. And right now, there are so many people who want to get trained around cybersecurity. So that's one big community I totally love, the way they train people in different aspects. Anyone can just go ahead and fill out the form, and there are certain steps obviously you have to go through where you have to complete the curriculum, you have to go through the training, proper training, and submit the assignments, and then you get the certificate. But that's one uh, part I totally love around virtually testing.
So, how is this experience being here?
In cybersecurity,
Yeah, being in this position.
I would say it doesn't matter what position it is, but if I'm able to contribute to the community, that matters the most. Or if I am able to learn something from there, because positions are just glorified things, what I feel. No doubt there are sometimes people start respecting you because you have a title, but then a lot of times your title doesn't matter. If I say I am just a developer advocate as Snyk, does it matter? Does it make me any different person? No. But learning from each place, be it virtually testing, be it OWASP, be it Infosecgirls, be it Infosecgirls, be it Snyk, Wipro, IBM, any company that I worked with, that matters the most. That made me a better person. That made me learn a lot more things, I would say.
Great. And you also worked in education and research director as a education and research director at the Cloud Security Alliance for 11 months.
Right.
How
So,
is that?
yeah, that was also nice. Even we did a research paper together. I did it with the people, and that got published last month itself. So with CSA also, it was wonderful. It was just that I wanted to make sure that when I am working with any community, I am adding benefits. I'm adding some value to it, and I was very much involved in OWASP, and at the same time I joined Snyk. So I thought of stepping down and somebody else take the position. But during those 11 months it was wonderful because that was the time when all the work was going on, from starting with uh, getting the paperwork done, getting everything signed, getting the whole community set up, registered, and everything. So that was a good thing. And then we did some trainings at different colleges, we did workshops. That was good. A lot of learning.
And before this, you worked as a security solution architect at IBM, India Software Labs, and you are there in this position for 3 years, 7 months.
Right. So that was wonderful opportunity for me. I was never planning to leave IBM. So this was my second stint at IBM. I was like, I'm going to retire from IBM. Literally that thought I had, because I have worked with IBM before and I knew that it is very women friendly, very much oriented around diversity. They totally believe in that. They have their roots in that. So my conferences to my travel, everything was sorted. I was happy, and then suddenly there are few opportunities that started knocking the door. And when Snyk came in, it was a time to decide whether you want growth, whether you want more opportunity, or what you want to do. So that's when I picked up Snyk. But I still feel IBM is one of the great company to work with, as much as Snyk is. So any day I would love to go back to IBM if the opportunity strikes again.
Do you remember any work experience that you cannot forget being in this position?
Yes, absolutely. So being in that position was amazing because the group, Software Labs group, was very much welcome, like very much warm. I was involved in so many activities, to part of the induction activities, to hiring people from different IITs. I gave so many sessions at different places, VITs to IITs to IIMs to triple ITs, everywhere. So I got good exposure. At the same time, I got to connect with many organizations as well, because being in that role, I was taking care of software products which they had in security. So I could connect with from Deloitte to EY to Wipro to other companies, where we were educating them about our products, sharing our stories. Rather than pitching products, we were sharing the stories. And if they're using the products and they have some software update, we were helping them. So that was a nice opportunity for me. A lot to understand from the core development of a product, and what issues can come if there are the clients who have issues, or they want some features, how to work with the product team to get that done. So that was good.
Which means you understood the product from the code level to the end of it.
Correct, correct, absolutely. That was one beautiful part, because then you understand each aspect. There are multiple teams involved, multiple people involved. There are many changes that are needed. How exactly those changes span. So, yes, absolutely. A lot of learning there.
Wow. And before that, you worked as a manager information security at Time Incorporation India from 2014 to 2017.
Right. 2014 to 2017. Before that, I worked with Accenture. Before that, I worked with IBM. Before that, I worked with Wipro. Like Wipro was my first company. So all these companies gave me different exposure. With Wipro, I started as a network security person, where we were taking care of firewalls to routers to switches to even configuring scanners when they had those hardware scanners. So configuring those for clients. Um, After 5 years, when I left Wipro to move to different city to different company, IBM. IBM, I was part of IDS IPS, which is intrusion detection system or intrusion prevention system, more of a SOC kind of a role itself, security operations center. Then I left IBM after 1.5 years for Accenture. Now in Accenture, when I joined, I again was hired as a SIM administrator, which is security information and event management admin for ArcSight. And suddenly they said, we want you to work in application security. We need people around that. And I never worked in application security. I had little information, but I didn't know much about it. So I took that opportunity. After 3 months, I was given project, and I totally loved it. A lot of brainstorming, and I spent like 18 hours a day in office and learning new things. I would say that was the best time, where I could learn so much, conquer so much, and I was into so many consulting projects all at once. A lot of learning. Like I made so many good friends whom I still in touch with. A lot of project heads which I'm still in touch with. I made the best of friends from there, best of learnings. I did back-to-back certifications. And I got to know about OWASP from there itself, where I realized that OWASP is a big community rather than just a top 10 or a testing guide. It's a huge community.
And what do you say about you as you being as a security information and a security consultant at IBM?
IBM. Again, it was very warm, very simple. Um, but that time, I used to be the only girl in the team, so I was doing majorly night shifts. Or it was a very flip side. But then Accenture opportunity was knocking at the door, so I just stayed there for a year and a half. That's all. But it was good. I would say that I've got the best of managers in any company that I've worked with. They have been very, very motivating. They have made sure that I grow from who I am today to be a better person tomorrow. So that was a very good opportunity for me to be there and to learn from all of them. And I'm still in touch with each one of them.
So you are into technology from last 17 years, and you played different roles, and you took a lot of responsibilities. So uh, what, uh, what is that part in IT that you understood more?
Keep learning, keep growing. That's one thing that I've learned. The moment you stop learning, you'll feel yourself that there are things which are leaving behind. So keep learning, keep getting yourself cross trained on different technologies. Now the technology is changing. So learn about new things which are coming up, how you can contribute to it. You don't have to be master of everything, but specialize in your own things, but try and understand what's happening around so that if something happens, you get to know, okay, this is it. And be open for change. I worked in network security to applications to cloud to product security. I keep switching. Currently, I'm a DevRel, which is developer relations person or security relations, but the whole role is like every organization role was different. So be open for that. Be open for change. Never rely on tools, but always learn new technologies.
So how IT is contributing to the world?
IT is making things easier. I am speaking with you over Skype right now, because like I'm able to speak to you because we have technology. It's been 2 years. I've not seen many people. There are very, very few people whom I actually met, but I know them personally now because technology was there. If I go in any of the countries that I've worked with people, they would know me by face because the technology allowed us to do that. I switched companies during the pandemic. Now, when I'm going to meet someone, probably they'll recognize me. And at the same time, it has helped a lot of people. Some people uh, who are leveraging it for curing people, finding the new diseases. At the same time, cyber threat intel is being used to make sure we avoid the threats to our own organization, to our country. And technology is also helping us to become a better person. Make it easier. In our house, how many smart things that we have? Smart TV, to smart washing machines, to dishwashers, to what not we have. That's making our life easier. No doubt we are becoming a bit lazy, but then things are becoming smarter.
So you understood the hardware side of IT, and you also understood software development, and also you understood the products development, and you also worked as consultant. You contributed your knowledge in through different mediums, conferences, and still you're doing it. You're spending a lot of time of yours. So you are into all the things in IT. So how is it?
It is wonderful. Why? Because I can relate it to my daily work at home, at office, and I can teach people around me. I can share my aspects, my knowledge, and learn from them. Now, being in different forums allowed me to connect with different people. Now, when I get into any trouble, I have any concerns, or I have any questions, I can just reach out to those people and learn from them. And I'm not the best in everything, but I would say I try and contribute specifically to the application security area because that I totally love. But when if somebody asks me to talk about zero trust, if somebody asks me to talk about SOC, if somebody asks me to talk about cloud security, I have use cases. I've done research in those areas, so I can speak about it. I've written papers about it. Some things I knew practically, some things I knew theoretically, but I've shared that. And if technology is there, it keeps me learning every day. So I like that.
So you are into security from long time. You understand what security. So what do you say? You have seen the gradual change in security in past years. So you are the witness for it. So what is that change that you saw?
I'll talk about the change in the past 2 years specifically. Earlier, the organizations they said we will be moving to cloud over the period of time. There were some people, some organizations they said no, cloud is not for us. But what happened? Suddenly this thing changed. Now the organization that were not planning to move to cloud, they were they had to do it. They were forced to do it because they had to keep running the business. Now, earlier we were talking about AI and ML. Now we are taking help from AI and ML to make better decisions in cybersecurity. We were talking about chaos engineering in the beginning and then we lost it. Now people are talking about chaos engineering, that it is important if something happens to your environment, how rigorously your testing is. And zero trust is becoming the word where people say, now we are following zero trust, but it's just a framework. It's just a it's just a mindset. It's not a product, it's not a technology. It's more of how you are making your environment secure. So those things are changing up big time.
You started as a security engineer, which now today you are into different roles. So you are, which one you feel is comfortable communicating with computer, the lifeless machine, or communicating with human beings? Uh,
Hmm. That's a tough question. So I like both. Why? When I go to conferences, I connect with people. That keeps me sane because I get to learn from them. Communicating with machines is easier and good when I have to work on something. So both are needed at the same time. And there's no, I would say, if I don't connect with the outer world, this box is my inner world. And I can't survive for a very longer time. So I need people. I need that emotional intelligence with the people where I can be myself. So probably that's there. Here you are just a robot where working, that's it. But when you are connecting with people, you have emotions, you have different ups and downs. Probably that's also important. That's part of life, which I believe.
so how the cyber world affected human beings and mankind?
I think they have connected people. See, there are bad things where people have become more available online than offline, but at the same time, it has connected the world. I could connect with a person whom I met in my school, and now I want to connect back. My school friends, because at that time Facebook was not there, college friends where Facebook was not there, or Instagram or any social media was not there. But now I can connect back with them. I can talk to my parents every day, every minute, whenever I want to just pick up the video call and then call them up. So technology has made our life beautiful. Few hiccups that are there, like I said, if we don't use responsibly, things would go in bad direction. If I am on phone whole day, people think I'm active on social media all the time. No, I have stipulated time when I go come online. If I have to be online 1 hour, like on the social media, it'll be only 1 hour. After that, I'll be working on some other stuff for my office, for home. I have a full life going on, and I have to take care of that also. So I'm very clear. It's that you have to make your own schedule. 1 hour in a day, 1 hour in a day. That's it.
So there will be a lot of experts in IT industry from different parts of the world will be watching and listening to our conversation. So what are the things that we as a human beings need to put in our mind in order to secure the data or secure the world from negative things, or how to save our data centers because of the natural disasters, or because whatever. So, do you have any ideas like Elon Musk that will help us in improving our?
Elon
Uh,
Musk is Elon Musk. But I have simple funda. wherein if you want to secure your environment, first understand what it is. If you want to secure an organization, understand what are the assets for organization. A lot of time people don't even know that there are things that exist and they're on the internet, but they are not able to secure it, and the breach happens. If you want to make sure that you are disaster recovery ready, or business continuity planning is there, then understand fully, have proper documentation, have proper repository where you're managing all those things. And to make a better place for internet, please be kind. Don't use bad words on the internet. There are people who might not know, who might know. There are people who are trying to contribute. There are people who are trying to be genuine. Just try and understand that. Be kind to them. Everyone has their own story.
So, so at last, what do you say about as an observer, as a person who is into different organizations and different roles and giving knowledge to the developers right now? So, what is your observation about my videos? Have you seen any videos of mine on YouTube?
Oh, I have seen some of them. They're really good. They're good. I like them, especially the way the content is curated. It is amazing. Yeah.
I did masters in software engineering and bachelor's in computer science and engineering. So how me talking with different country people who are already experts like you, who are already in the industry for 15 plus years, 20 years, 30 years, 35 years, talking with experienced people like you who already know how things works in an organization and software products. So this business aspect as well as the technology aspect. So me understanding and getting this information and learning how this is going to be helpful for me if I work in IT role in coming days.
I would say that I cannot speak for others, but for myself, I have learned a lot by speaking with different people. And that's how the ideas come. And that's how I respect the communities, because that's how the ideas have come from those communities. Now, if I wouldn't have been part of communities, I wouldn't have been knowing so many people. You wouldn't be speaking with me today. So this is absolutely going to help you in getting perspective. If you get one thing out of each podcast, or 1 hour, or 40 minutes, or 45 minutes, I think that's amazing. If you get one thing that makes you a different person, or that makes you grow in your journey, I think that's amazing. It's good to connect with people.
I'll keep your words in my mind. Thank you for your presence and thank you for your valuable time. And I hope you continue doing the great work that you're doing. You're not only learning yourself, you're also giving back to the world. So I hope because of your presence, because of your knowledge, this planet is going to get a lot.
Thank you so much. Means a lot to me.
And can I put this video on my YouTube channel with your permission?
Sure.
And also, can I put this video and audio clip on my podcast, website, internet, social media, everywhere with your permission?
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.